Welcome back, suckers, to the Dave DY Show. This is a special edition. I finished my last podcast, and lo and behold, right on Yahoo, Jeffrey Epstein suicide. Everybody should be following the Jeff Epstein story. He was a cretin down here who lied, cheated, stole, was underhanded. He was one of these individuals that hung out in the murky shadow area. That Donald Trump, that princes, that presidents, that private enterprise moguls, that athletes, that all of the elites have a circle around. Actors, actresses, superstars, any world figure in one way, shape, or form probably encountered Jeffrey Epstein. From the early 2000s, the late 90s, till now. This cretin was in some New York cell. 3 weeks ago, he was found unresponsive with cut marks on his neck, either an apparent suicide or an attack. They put him on suicide watch. On July 29th, he was pulled off of suicide watch. He was put back into special housing with increased security. Today, August 10th, he was found unresponsive at 6:30 in the morning, or yesterday. He was taken to some New York hospital where he was pronounced dead. You don't think that cretin, that fucking subhuman, could roll on the most powerful people on the globe and in the US and Europe, probably Africa, maybe Asia, and destroy reputations, have them removed from their prominence, have their power usurped, have their incredible records tarnished. The perversity, the people that have been around him. That's the who's who. It's the princes in England. It's Bill Clinton here went to his private island where he had a gold temple, and they shuttled minors, young girls, that they would entice off the streets of southern Florida, South Florida, Miami, Broward County, Miami-Dade County. They'd drug them up, they'd give them gifts, they'd stick them on planes. I can't even remember the name of the plane, Lolita Express. He had these poor children looking for some kind of safety, some kind of money, some kind of something. A child, a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old. He'd load them up, fly them to this island. This is comparable to what Muammar Gaddafi did to his people, where he had institutions set up. He would visit the schools, pick out the girls he wanted, bring them back to his palace, assault them sexually, verbally, physically, impregnate them, have them go downstairs to his OBGYN, have the abortion on the spot enacted. Have the child removed, we don't need any evidence, send him back, have him disappear, put him in a job, mail him to Europe, send him to Africa, keep him drugged up for the rest of time. Dude, we talk about the dude who took a gun and just shot up people. These fuckers are societal monsters. They're not a menace that kills people. They actually are an inhibitor of life. These guys, they promote the downfall of our race. They prey on us. And this fucking crumb, this scumbag that had a list longer than your arm of fuckers that would burn. And they're important. There are people in our government right now. There are tons in Hollywood. Trump, all the Trumpensteins, fiends, Clinton's fiends, sporting notorieties. Golf is big down here. tons of golfers probably. These dirt balls. They got on his plane, I rode with him on his plane, but no, you were innocent. It's sickening. And sure as shit, he just showed up dead. And you're gonna sit there and tell me that we don't have the same corruption, the same lying, cheating, thievery, the same dark underground, underbelly web. Bill and Hillary, George W., fucking his vice president. What was his name? Mr. Heart Attack. These people make people disappear. And it's not for the good of our country. And it's not for some kind of greater cause. It's because they're monsters in a powerful position. They can do it. They've lost any semblance of honesty, ethics, moral, truth, goodness. And they convince themselves that that's okay. And it's not a few. It's a class. Call it the 1%ers or whatever. It's disgusting. And sure as shit, they killed this dude up in New York, protecting their balls. And what happens is, they'll do an investigation and find out that a security guard, the head of a hospital, a jail, a courier, a lawyer, some kind of legal representative, some counselor, a doctor. Oh yeah, that's what happened. And Epstein, noting his sadness, his depression, his evilness, his broken ways, took his own life. A worm like that doesn't have the spine to take his own life. That guy is the underbelly. He has no courage. He has no conviction. He thrives on the fear and disgust and the sadness and broken people, the innocent. And this fucker's gone now. He can't testify. How convenient. And we don't have issues at the top. Dude, we are Russia. We're just like Putin. But instead of irradiating or sending to the gulag, or in general just disappearing, we conveniently have the already convicted in 2008 for all the same crimes. And I think Acosta was the chief prosecutor or the attorney general down here in Florida or whatever, or in the Justice Department when this shit went down, right? Or whatever, locally. And was lenient. Jeff really seems like, he's been accused of some improper, and then you find out it just continued and got worse from 2008 till now. These guys are disgusting. There is no democracy. There's no capitalism. There's no government. It's a swamp. It's a cesspool. And it's prevalent around the country. It's everywhere. It's at your state, your local, your federal level. The honor, ethics, morals, the justice of people anymore, the truths. Dude, I struggle with it every day. I struggle with it with my family. I struggle with it with my job. I struggle with it with this stupid podcast. And am I a saint? Fuck no. Divorced twice, and I struggle with social skills. I know what I am. These cats know what they are too. They don't give a crap. They just keep doing it. They grow bigger, better, more powerful. And it's busted. If we don't find some way to reinstill hope and goodness, trust and truth, honesty, ethics, morals, values, I don't know where we're going. We are Rome. We're Rome in the last phases of its superiority. Just disappearing into nothing. And China, they ain't gonna take over. China's a fucking dictatorship full of the same handful of idiots. They just got cool uniforms. And Russia's broken. Russia's nothing. Russia's not even an economic powerhouse anymore. They're dilapidated. They're trying to make global unions with busted up countries so that they have some kind of backing. Argentina, China, whatever, because they got nothing. They don't have resource. They don't have monies. They don't have unity. They're a shit show. Putin's just still in control. And the KGB is bigger than it's ever been. And he's fine with that. He'll be the richest. He's the richest man on the planet if you haven't done investigation. It doesn't measure his wealth. 180 billion with Bezos. Putin owns Russia. He owns all the business. He owns all the industry. He owns all the private enterprise. He owns all the politics. He owns all the military. He's like that ad where Putin valuation, net worth, priceless. They can't even value it. He's the richest dude on the planet. And we're just like that. Except there's not one of us. There's a whole structure in place killing Jeff Epstein's, who got inside like the fucking mob, like Joe Pesci. We're gonna make you, Jeff. They kill you. We can't have that asshole talk. He'll fuck us all. Yeah, kill him. And then make up a story, give the security guard, he got in with a card, there was a social worker, he was banging one of the guards, conveniently gone. Don't investigate it, let it go slow. And here's the other thing, I don't want to hear any of this in the media. CNN, Fox, MSN, NBC, CBS, ABC, none of the Washington Post, New York Times, LA Times, none of it. I want this thing to quietly go away because Rupert Murdoch, because Eisner, because all you guys, you're on his list. So let's do what's best for our interest. Let's get this guy to disappear. You fucking scumbags. It's a sham, man. Just like a shit show out of nowhere. Unfucking believable. Because he could have burned the world. Yeah, convenient. I don't know how we're going to fix this one. I don't know how we're going to fix where we're at. We are in a bad spot. We're like a bad mafia. We're like a bad mob. This country's in a weird place. Fucking Bernie or somebody. Maybe one of these broads. Kamal, the Somalian, Ocasio-Cortez, somebody's got to start coming up, and we'll probably kill them too, but got to do something. Anyway, Dave DY Show. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Appalling. Do some investigation. Shoot me some of your thoughts. Again, gone. Won't know nothing about this one. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Out.